If you want to know how to make this super thick, luscious gel with no flax seeds or aloe vera, then keep watching. Hi guys and welcome to WholeElise. I'm Elise and today I'm going to show you how to make a long-lasting natural gel. So the most popular way to make natural hair gels use either aloe vera or flax seeds, but we're not going to do that today. This curl defining gel uses natural gums to create this great texture. So if you're interested in making natural hair gels that last for months instead of a couple days, you don't need to keep them in the fridge and you don't need to do any cooking in the kitchen, then this is definitely the recipe for you.
To make our hair gel, we'll first need to choose a natural gum to make it thick. Here are 3 popular choices. First up is Xanthan gum. This is the easiest to find and is sold in both supermarkets and health stores. It's a fine white powder that easily blends into your skin. Next is another type of xanthan gum. This one is designed to make clear gels. It's usually called clear xanthan or cosmetic grade xanthan. It actually comes in larger crystals rather than a powdered form. Finally, there's Gar gum. This is a yellow powder that's not quite as fine as regular xanthan, but still blends into the skin. Next, we'll see the type of gel that they can form. But Elise, I hear you type, what are these gums and what are they going to do to my hair? Well, at WholeElise.com, not only is there a dedicated article giving you more information on natural gels and how they're used, but also a breakdown on each ingredient in this hair gel, as well as the benefits that they have on your hair. I've also included some links on where you can purchase them, as well as a formula calculator to help you scale up and down this recipe, in imperial or metric. I'm not here to judge. So for more information, do check out the full tutorial at WholeElise.com. It'll be linked in the description box below.
Gums are natural polymers used to stabilize or thicken food and cosmetics, and there are several different types of gums: agar, konjac, guar gum, and of course xanthan. Now each of these gums have their own different properties, but they all work in the same way. When you mix gums with water, they swell up, and that's what causes a liquid to thicken into a gel. Most gums are also edible, meaning that you can use them to thicken sauces and you can also use them to give texture to your lotions and creams. But today we're going to use gums to make ourselves an amazing natural hair gel.
Rather than adding gums directly to water, it's best to mix them with glycerin first. I'll explain more about this point later, but for now, just take my word for it. Once you mix the xanthan gum with glycerin, add it to water. After a few minutes, you'll notice the water thickening and it's started to get a cloudy texture. I've only added 1% of the regular xanthan gum, but it's still pretty thick. This will work really well in our hair gel. Next up is clear xanthan gum. Like before, add it to glycerin before mixing with water. As you can see, it doesn't disappoint. This literally looks like water. I can't believe just how sparkly clear this gel is. I do have a link to where you can purchase this in the description box below. It's not essential, but yeah, it's worth finding if you can. Finally, we have Gar gum. Again, this is at the same percentage as everything else and nothing. It's not quite as strong as the xanthans, but if you play around with the concentrations, you can still use this to make a gel. So unsurprisingly, I am going to be using clear xanthan gum, but hopefully this gave you a little idea of how the different gums will perform.
Xanthan gum is probably the most widespread and easiest to find gum. It's available in most supermarkets and health stores. It's formed by fermenting sugar, and the best part is you only need a small amount of xanthan gum to make an incredible hair gel. But xanthan gum is also notoriously tricky to work with, so if you've had problems using it in the past, this is going to be a foolproof method to make hair gel. No clumps, no bubbles, no sliminess, just a great gel that you can actually use on your hair.
This is a simple water-based hair gel recipe, so we'll start by measuring out water. Use either distilled or freshly boiled water that has cooled. Measure out a good amount of glycerin, the xanthan gum. I am using clear, but regular xanthan gum will still work. And the last 2 ingredients are completely optional, which are hydrolyzed wheat protein and aloe vera powder. Don't worry, I will convince you on why you should use them.
Now you can of course make an effective hair gel by just using xanthan gum and water, and your preservative. But seeing as we're going through all of the trouble of making a hair gel from scratch, you might as well just go that one extra step by adding in a couple extra ingredients to give it a boost. I'm using aloe vera powder. Now this is totally optional, and if you prefer to have a gel that doesn't have any aloe vera in it at all, you don't need to use it. If you've ever wondered about why aloe vera gel you buy in a store looks very different to what you get if you use a fresh aloe vera leaf, store-bought aloe vera gels, they don't just extract the gel from the leaf. Instead, they use a highly concentrated form of aloe vera, either like the powder I'm showing you today or in a liquid form. They then add that to water as a base and add in some sort of thickener or gum. It's made in a similar method to what I'm showing you today. This powder is organic and extracted from high-grade aloe vera leaves, so they retain all of the benefits of the fresh leaf, but this way it's a lot easier to work with and you're able to get aloe vera gel that you can actually preserve. And of course, I have links to where you can buy this powder in the description box below.
So in this next section, I'm actually going to show you what not to do, as well as a few things that you want to be on the lookout for to make sure that your gels work out. If you try to mix gum with water without using glycerin, you'll likely end up with this, lumpy and not something that you want to put in your hair. So let's just sidestep that first hurdle and move on to pouring in our pre-mixed gum and glycerin into water. If you've mixed your glycerin and xanthan gum together in a small container, you're probably only going to get about 70% of that into your water mixture. Now this is a mild annoyance, but it's definitely not enough to stop us. It's the next step that tends to cause a lot of trouble for people. Several recipes call for using either an immersion blender or electric whisk to mix your xanthan gum throughout your water, but you end up incorporating a lot of air, which means a lot of bubbles. So instead of a crystal clear gel, you'll end up with this kind of frosted gel look with hundreds of thousands of bubbles. This might be a minor irritation for some, but it's not quite a deal breaker until you go to add in the rest of your ingredients. It's typical to add preservatives, fragrances, and even some powders at the end, but if you try to do that here, well, you'll get this. This gel is far too thick to be able to mix in any more ingredients. Worse still, you're powerless to stop your bubbly hair gel turning into this gloopy, snot-like texture. There's no salvaging this, you'll just have to start again. So to save yourself some headache and ingredients, let's make hair gel the right way. Start by mixing your glycerin and xanthan gum in a bowl that's large enough to fit in the rest of your ingredients. This way you don't need to worry about wasting half the mixture when you try to transfer it into another container. Leave this to hydrate for about 20 minutes while I convince you to give your hair gel a little protein kick.
You can also add a little protein to give your hair that strengthening and protective kick. Now I've talked about hydrolyzed protein in my deep conditioner tutorial, but essentially protein attaches to your hair strand to smooth the cuticle whilst also fortifying your hair. Proteins also have the ability to attract water, similar to glycerin, leaving your hair stronger, protected and moisturized. Now neither of these ingredients are essential, but if you're looking to make the best natural hair gel, especially if you want curl definition, then they will make a difference.
Now to avoid our gel being too thick to add in the rest of our ingredients, we want to combine everything with the water before thickening our gel with the gum. To the distilled water, pour in your protein and aloe vera powder. Next, use a scale to add in your preservative of choice. I'm using Preservative Eco. Now we can whisk everything together, securing the knowledge that all of our active ingredients will be evenly dispersed throughout our gel. After 20 minutes, your xanthan glycerin mix is ready to add to the water base. Pour in a little of the water mixture and use a hand whisk to thoroughly mix the xanthan throughout. Once it's been diluted, you can add in the remainder of your water. Continue to whisk until you feel all the xanthan has been thoroughly mixed in, and then wait. After about 30 minutes, you should have this. No lumps, no clumps, no 100,000 tiny bubbles, just crystal clear, pure hair gel.
Hair gels are great for defining curls, wash and goes, twist outs, any sort of style where definition is really your key, but it's also great to use if you're just looking to boost shine or tame flyaways. It's what you would consider a water-based gel. It works best when applied to either wet or damp hair. In terms of products, if you've used flaxseed or aloe vera gel, or maybe even my previous hair gel recipe, curling jellies or anything of that nature, this would be a great replacement for those products.
Now I'd recommend using a pump bottle for this gel. but just to demonstrate how clear and how silky smooth this is, I'm using a container. It certainly looks the part, but does it work? Well, taking a few of my frizzy ends, look what happens when you apply just a little bit of the gel. Super defined.
Now, in terms of appearance, I think we're pretty much spot on for any sort of kerning custard or kind of kerning jelly that you can find in the stores. It's a very sort of thick gel, but as soon as you touch it, you realize it's just super light and super smooth. It's so smooth you'd almost think that there was oil in this recipe, although there isn't any. Typically with kerning custards and jellies, even though they look very similar to this, they tend to kind of be a bit more substantial and sticky. This isn't sticky at all. This is the lightest gel that you'll ever use, and if you are just looking for something that's going to clump your hair together, give you curl definition, give you that shine, this is all you're going to need. If natural hair care and DIYs are your thing, then subscribe to my channel with the notifications bell to see my new videos, and check out WholeElise.com for even more content.
Got an overgrown aloe vera plant and a big old bag of flax seeds? Well then you can try making this hair gel recipe and see which one you prefer.